A dark morning. I think there's a chance of thunderstorms. Sit down, buddy. Sit down. Thank you. Stay. Got a car coming. Come on. Good job. Yeah. Supposedly thunderstorms this morning. Gadsden, go on, go ahead. Well, they say the tariffs are working. Got another dog walker over there. But they say that Canada and Mexico have yielded to some of Trump's demands. And apparently Mexico is sending troops to its border with the United States. Which, to me, kind of doesn't sound like a win. It kind of sounds like an aggressive posture to take for a neighboring country. I'm sure it'll be perceived as a win, but to me, that's interesting. That's an offensive footing. And I recently learned that PLA, People's Liberation Army troops from China have recently, as in the past, decade or so, trained in Canada, which is something that I brought up to my wife quite a while ago, that if there were a route in for the Chinese, it would probably be through Canada because of their really close relationship there. So that's just interesting that Mexico's sort of on an offensive posture. Just interesting. Also heard that a lot of these companies don't want, well, on the job front, back in America, a lot of companies are in a position where they have to go to their shareholders and say, we're cutting jobs. But then they also go to the shareholders and say, we're growing at the same time. So they feel like they need to hire, or they need to maintain their current workforce. So there are all these contradictory, all these exclusive statements contradicting themselves mean that basically they're not hiring anybody, but they're also not firing anybody. They're just sort of in purgatory, which is great, which is where everybody wants to be, right? It's amazing. Apparently Nissan is a company that's doing this. It's just actually not that uncommon. Which makes sense. Companies don't like to change because a change, whether it's positive or negative from your perspective or the consumer perspective, change is dangerous. Change could mean a loss. It could mean a lack of productivity. It could mean lower revenue. Come here, dog. We gotta get out of the road. Sit, buddy. Sit. Stay. Good job. Stay. Come here. Yeah. Just an interesting time. My wife's sister, she's got her own side hustle. I think her mom is trying to sort of make their own side hustle thing too. It's just a really interesting job market. Even onto the YouTube front, right? Like, how many YouTubers have quit? Demolition Ranch, right? He's recent. He's announcing he's going to be closing his stuff up, shutting his doors. Which, he's got employees too. Kind of a drag. I always love the look of power poles like that. Sun is starting to come up just a little bit more. Sorry for the shaky cam. And that's about it. Tariffs and a pretty bad job front combined with Fed rates and market manipulation, picking and choosing winners at the federal level, all of that comes together to create a pretty bad situation for people at the ground level. But probably means you should get out there and get a walk. You'll feel better. All right, like, comment, subscribe for anybody who might click on this by accident. Y'all have a good one.